Hey y'all, what's up? I was getting I was getting second thoughts about doing this show and I was gonna completely cancel it and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cancel it and I end up did not even cancel the show. So we live, we here. Hey, we gotta do it, right? What's up everybody? Hopefully y'all still here. I don't know. Damn. And by the way, no one is scaring me into having second thoughts. I want to clarify that, by the way. Trust me, I'm not scared at all. It is what it is at this point. Um, it's just basically my whole point was with the situation. Um, and the reason why, and I didn't get to watch Yolanda's whole video. I just came when she was cussing out that lady Deanna, the shoulder tapper, right? That's when I came to the live. And it just really triggered me because I remember that lady was talking about she was going to have somebody look for me, somebody was going to come and get me, and all this other stuff. And I'm all like, whoa, like, why all this hate? Why this all this animosity? And it was like so confusing to me. And then I realized, well, this is the kind of culture that this individual brings around. This is the kind of culture that this person tries to foster in their shows and stuff like that. Like they need people to go out and do dirty work and try to set people up and strike people channels and threaten people. They want this. Because it wasn't too long ago, Yolanda was, Deanna. Now, not necessarily telling people she was going to have people come and tap them on their shoulder, but she did his dirty work. He even tried to make Stephanie in comparison to Deanna. And Stephanie might be a problematic, but she's no Deanna. I've never heard Stephanie say that she was going to get the mob and the Italians at the people and stuff like that. She's more problematic for her opinions than anything. Um, I just find it crazy how this same person is literally, oh, there's Yolanda. Yolanda, I sent you the link on your Instagram. What's up, Hawan? Thank you for being here. But you literally try to make it the same situation, and it was not. And I know the reason why Deanna was over in Yolanda chat because that fool was all like, hey, go over there and talk to her. Go over there and say something. That's the only reason why she went over there. And I'm all like, yep, this has him written all over it. I'm send her over there to do my dirty work. Literally, this lady is about 60 something years old. And all she literally does is go around from channel to channel, following this fool, harassing people, stalking people. She gives him money. And just like I said on Yolanda's channel, and I'm so mad it kept on cutting out. By the way, put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Put a one just in case my internet is going out. Is my internet going out? But when I was on Yolanda's show, it kept cutting out. So I was like, damn. I wasn't able to say what I wanted to say. You mean to tell me he had a woman, yeah, a saltine white woman getting involved in black men's business? Say it ain't so. And right, Stephanie, the same thing he accused you of doing, literally. And remember, this is the same lady when he came and picked me up from my friend's house. He couldn't. He told me to be quiet in the car. He's like, "Oh, she doesn't really want me to hang out with you," and blah blah blah. And he literally told me, he was all like, "Listen." He was all like, "I'm gonna let that white lady say whatever she want about you, and then when she kick me down some money, I'll give you some." Like he had a whole plot and scenario and everything like that. But they ended up getting into a falling out, and he felt like because he got rid of his white woman, I was supposed to get rid of my white lady. And that's not what it was either. And why would I choose Stephanie over you? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he wanted, and it wasn't gonna go down like that. Somebody who's literally has had my back for the last, almost 4 years now. I wasn't what Stephanie didn't do anything wrong. She didn't even want to talk to your crazy ass. What's up,
Right.
Michigan? Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Yolanda. What was
Yes.
your live originally about before I came in there?
Well, it was originally about him going live, showing basically trying to rewrite history, showing old messages that I've already exposed, just addressing the plays that he does because his channel is down again and has been struck. He's panicking and he needs money. So right now, he's telling everyone that Deanna did not pay for that vacation, just like he lied and told everybody that Esoteric did not give him that money.
Yeah. Well, somebody came in my chat and said, "Oh, that lady paid for his trip to Rio or Brazil or whatever. If he talked about you, and now he's saying that she didn't.
Exactly, which
Oh,
she did.
why does he always say somebody paid to attack somebody? Because he even tried to say that you paid him to attack me.
Right. And it's so ridiculous because I showed the total of cash apps over 9 months. I believe it was a total of $180. So I paid you $180 to go after trees, official campaign, AT2. It only cost me $180.
Right, $180 to attack somebody's channel. Right,
All of you guys channel. Like who would
right.
do something like that for $180? Someone very desperate.
And the good part about this time is that I wasn't even fighting with him, so he can't blame me. He can't
Right.
blame me this time. I wasn't even fighting with him because every time his channel go down, he say AT2 had something to do with it. No, I have nothing to do with it. If it doesn't involve me, I don't care. Obviously, you need to watch your mouth, and obviously, also too, he doesn't realize this. If your channel keeps going down and getting suspended and stuff like that, YouTube is watching you to see what you do. Why do you think Jag channels come down all the time? I don't think necessarily she's banned, but literally you keep on doing the same shit. And so yeah, when you get reported, they take you down easily, you know?
Right. 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 So now he's basically having a manic episode and he's just trying to throw anything at the wall to see if it stick at this point.
Right. Right. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and it's just disgusting, sad, and pitiful. At this point, it's just time for him to just move on. Move on.
Right. Just move on. Just like every time I'm in somebody's chat and then he's there, I already know he's gonna say something about AT2, and lo and behold, he does. That's why I have to like block him every time because I'm all like, I don't want to see shit that you have to say about me.
Right.
Like I said, I the only reason why I went up on Sammy panel and had that little interaction with him is because he had came up on mine. So I was like, you know what? I'll be the bigger adult and have a conversation. But of course, you can't have no conversation with somebody who doesn't want to have a conversation. Um,
Right.
I felt like I've given plenty of opportunities and stuff like that, but I'm not going to let you lie on me. That's what
That
he
part.
wants. He wants me to say, you know what? You're right about everything. I lied. I tried to take down your channel. No, I'm not going to lie. He thought Stephanie was going to get up here and lie. No, Stephanie did not attack your channel. Like the stuff that I flagged him for and that she flagged him for, that was like stuff pertaining to me, the whole auntie, and all that stuff. That had nothing to do with the Saucy Santana. Like, why would we have did that? And he's going around still spreading that same lie, and I'm all like, man, like you
It was.
really got some, you really got some issues. Go ahead, Yolanda.
It was definitely because that was the first original time Kaya struck him. It didn't
Yep,
have anything to do with Saucy. It was
yep.
Kaya,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to blame you. He creates these narratives and he does things and he deletes them as if just, okay, I deleted, nobody will know. No, just because you delete it does not mean it did not happen. You can't rewrite history. He has some serious psychological problems.
Right, right, right. He has serious issues. And that late and for Deanna to be that old in her 60s and doing his dirty work, supplying him with money and stuff, like I don't like something telling me that she might be bedridden, you know?
Something is going on because it's just weird to me how she keeps going back. It's like you're a glutton for punishment. I don't know.
Right. Stephanie, I'm gonna drop the link for you. Yeah. But their whole falling out was, over me and his friendship, and she didn't like that. Well, first, she didn't want him to meet up with me. She didn't want him talking to me at all. And like literally, 82 is the shit. Everybody wants to be in my presence. I ain't gonna
Right.
lie, everybody loved them some 82. And he wanted to be in my presence. And I can't help that. And like she basically was all like, "That's my man. Leave him alone. Like have him, have him." Like
Mhm.
I'm not tripping at all.
Right. But
But
she
he's still
basically
over
told.
here harassing other people. Like leave everybody alone.
Right. And that's the same play from his playbook. He was chasing Cloud off a night and day a week ago. Just harassing them for no reason, making up stuff. Um, then the storm thing. It's just an on and on. It's the same shenanigans, same game. And the thing of it is that it's like you keep insulting people's intelligence. Like we don't see these plays.
Right. Like we don't see it. Like
Right.
we literally know every game that he's playing. Like because isn't now he's supposed to be quitting?
Right, he said that yesterday. He was leaving YouTube, the same play. Pretty soon we're going to hear about the troll farm. Now his title is that Storm paid us to harass him. I don't even know Storm. I don't even know Storm. Like,
Storm don't even pay attention to that psycho because she knows he knows he's psycho.
right. Yes.
And you know what's so funny is that he always wanted that connection with Armand. When me and him were friends and we were cool, right? He'd be like, "Dang," he was like, "I talk to you a lot more than I do Armand." He was like, "I talk to him every blue moon." But after we weren't cool anymore, he'd be like, "Yeah, I talk to Armand. He tell me I need to avoid these people," and he made it seem like him and Armand were like this and stuff like that. I guarantee you anything. He probably texts Armand every blue moon, and Armand probably responds like 3 weeks later to his text.
Oh, he definitely brought Armand up in that live yesterday. He hurried up and deleted that.
Oh, so you said there was a live he did. Can you give us the
Yes.
tea?
I only know bits and pieces because, like I said, I don't watch this man.
Hmm.
Like he thinks I do. But he basically said that Armand wasn't happy for him, and Armand decided not to cover the Diddy after seeing his clicks and views, and he went on and on and on. I mean, it's Armand's choice to cover whatever he wants to cover.
Yeah, and he works on Fox Soul. They cover it on there.
Right. He was like, yeah, he wasn't really happy for me. What do you want? What do you want from the
What do
man?
you want from everybody? You crackhead?
Yes, it is. It's getting worse.
Yeah, like literally, you. So it's so crazy because everybody he's had a falling out with, it's because of him. He literally doesn't see that. Every falling out you've had has been because of you, because you are crazy, because you literally are creating issues where there is no issues.
Right. For me, it was just the lies. He started forgetting the lies that he was telling. So as time went on, I was catching him in lies. He would tell a whole different story, and I'm like, that's not what you said on that live stream.
Mm,
So I
we
was just
can,
like, yeah. And his
and
ego.
we And the thing is that he'll say whatever to create a narrative and make it seem like he a victim, literally.
He's the victim every single time. He
Every
literally,
time.
I listed last week over 30 content creators on my community. And that's a fact.
Hmm.
That's a fact.
And it's
So,
all like, all he has to do is just do his own content and just stay in his own lane. But for whatever reason, he likes the toxicity. Like he loves, like like everything has to be toxic. And he even told me this too, like in his relationship with um, the the guy that he was stealing credit cards from and stuff like that. Like they have a toxic relationship. Like every relationship that he's in, it has to be toxic. I'm seeing that, whether it's platonic or it's like a romance relationship, it has to be toxic. Like it gets him off.
yeah, I believe that. Because that's, like you said, that's all he has to do is stay in his lane and do his content.
Hmm.
I feel like he will do that for a minute and come right back to it because I believe he's vicious and he's jealous. He's looking at everyone, he's seeing numbers, and he's like, why is that not myself? You can't do that. If you want to succeed, you can't look at everyone else and say, or get upset because that's not you. You're not where you are at because you're too focused on what everybody else is doing. Just do what you have to do.
Right. And I guess he wants like that community of people that love and praise him and stuff like that. But
Mm,
literally you don't want that. You
right,
don't want it. Like you could have had that, but you don't want it. You want people to come after you and fight with you because you don't know how to have a conversation with nobody. You
right,
literally will turn any conversation and make it just about you and how people have done you wrong, and like people aren't even trying to come with that energy.
right,
No
right.
one's no one, like, honestly, to tell you the truth, that's why I said like I was gonna cancel this show. Like I was all like, AZ2, I'm not gonna, why are you doing this? Like, sometimes you gotta talk to yourself. I was like, why am I doing this? I just let it whatever. But when I seen the white lady Deanna, that's when I was all like, oh, that it triggered me because I was like,
Mhm.
literally, she is doing his dirty work, and this lady has some kind of immunity. We've never seen her face. We don't know what she looked like. All I know is that she's over 600 pounds and did not tell me that, and she's on an oxygen tank. So, you might want to check him on that. But
Right.
still, like, you got this lady and she's doing your dirty work, and it's just so fucking weird to me.
Yeah, it is very weird. I have no idea. As far as Deanna, what's going on with her because it's just he has taken advantage. He's verbally abused Deanna, and
Yeah, she's a lonely lady on an oxygen tank on my 600-pound life, and she literally is desperate for a friend. And unfortunately, like, hell, if you want to just give your money out, give it to me. Like,
right,
shit.
right.
And
She definitely,
I don't want your money because your money is racist and you trying to have me killed and shit like that. So I don't want your money. Fuck you.
she definitely, prior to me leaving, she was supposed to pay for a trip for him and his sister. She disappeared. And he said, I believe she disappeared because she didn't want to pay for that trip. Um, next thing you
Mm.
know, she resurfaced. So I'm pretty sure she paid for that trip.
Right. Like this guy literally like cussed her out and everything, and she came back like,
Right.
huh? Like that. I'd be damn if somebody cussed me out like that, and then I go crawling back and giving them money.
Right.
What?
Right. Yeah, I was now behind the scenes, we went through a couple things. Um,
Right.
and he cracks me up. Oh, I don't pander. He was running old Jag and TJ content because Deanna gave him $300. You pander.
Right.
The hell? Like, it's just like insane. He, but it's just, and I'm just like listening to him, and I'm like, but you just told everyone you don't pander. He's the panhandler of YouTube.
Hmm. He literally does that. And the thing is that he'll find his way to basically ruin a relationship, and then he'll try to go crawling back. That's what he's doing using Jag. literally crawling back, trying to be cool with her and stuff like that. But that's only gonna last for so long.
And it was crazy because he tried to report real life for Jag making statements on Will Smith and his wife. So he said he was going to report them for conspiracy theory.
What?
Yes, all of this stuff was on
Wow.
that backup. He was crashing literally out. It was disgusting.
Yeah, that's crazy. I knew he was in their chat that one day and it was hard. I was the one who came up with what's up, Ken? Came up with what the get it
Get
off your
it
chest or whatever. I'm all like, who gives a like if you really did come up with it, then why don't you do your own version of it?
right.
Like,
Oh
does it
yeah,
really matter?
when he went after Night and Day, that was they said we see what you're doing. Like, do what you want to
Right.
do, but we're not doing this with you. Basically, if you want to clout chase, go ahead and clout chase, but you just doing a little too much. Like they basically get co-signing to say it's okay to clout chase, but not like that. So it's just I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just pathetic. It's desperate, and
Mhm.
everyone can see the play.
Right. Jackie, I'm not sure. I don't know for a fact if it was her because I don't know when she exactly started coming around.
No,
Because she
after
was Jane Doe, and then somebody exposed who she was, and then that's when she started using Deanna.
right. Remember, Jackie, he had like a wish list, so a lot of people bought him different gifts.
Yeah, I don't know if she was the one to buy them all. The could be, I don't know. But I know originally she was with Danny, and then she moved over to him, and then that's how that their history was.
Right. Phew. Wait, it took 300 to make him switch. Wow. Yes.
Yeah, three hundred
Remember,
dollars.
he was bragging about her cash apping him, and he did the little post about. I think I can't remember his white something. I can't remember, but yeah,
I
that was
think
the
he
big.
said his white bitch.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and she was upset. At first, she gave him approval, and then she got upset with it. Well, you told him it was cool to say it, so yeah, that's what
Exactly.
he's gonna call you.
Exactly. And it's sad because when she first came around, I was happy for him because I thought she was genuine. She felt sorry. She seen the talent in him, but it's something different. It's very different than what I thought.
Stephanie, I think your thing is messed up because it's not. At first, I was all like, "Is that the real Tyrone Blackburn?" But I sent her the link. That's what it was. But anyway, but the thing is with Deanna, I think she's a lonely woman. I think she's on that oxygen tank. I think she lay in the bed all day and she got to get bathed by her nurse, and he fills in that void, and she wants to
Right.
take care of him like that's her son.
Right. Right. I can
I
see
don't think
that.
it's a sexual relationship. I think it's more like this is my son. That's what she wants to do.
I can see that because I looked at him that way at one point. So I can see that.
Mm. So you seen him like a son.
Yes. Treated him like I
Wow,
treated my kids.
explain.
Treated him like I treated my daughters.
Mm.
Yes. So I can definitely see that. Um, but a true narcissist will reveal themselves in due time, and he did. So thank goodness. Um, it only cost me $180 and maybe 100 and something in super chats. You know?
Right. But I'm happy that you're free. You are
Yes.
free. The chains are broken. You ain't gotta worry about that no more. What's up, Stephanie?
Hi, Stephanie.
Hey y'all. Hey cousins. Hey cousins, what's going on, cuz?
Nothing much. We just talking about this powder head.
Yeah. I hate to see these bad powderheads out here embarrassing all the hard working, tax paying powderheads all around the world, giving them a bad name, bad reputation. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I represent powderheads all day long. They're some of my best clients. They work harder than
Right,
us
you do,
sometimes. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah. So hey, I mean, I just hate to see it. Hate to see it.
I know
So
that's right.
You
so
know what? I have to give Stephanie her credit. Stephanie, after that whole big blow up, she was all like, "AT2, if you become his friend again, she was like, I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't hate you." She was all like, "If you want to be his friend, go be his friend." And I was simply like, "No, like, why would I ever be this full friend?" You know?
That was
yeah, I
true.
mean, that's what I would think too, is that you wouldn't be, but you know, it's like whatever you feel like you need to do is what you feel like you need to do, you know. But I just feel like if you his friendships are so tenuous and so like condition based that, you know, like I was telling you, you know, because I'm an old head, you know, I was telling you about how, you know, Europe tried to appease the guy whose name starts with an H that started that whole big war back 100 years ago, you
Uh
know,
huh.
and like how like they thought if they just kept giving him what he wanted, then he wouldn't take over France. You know, if they just kept giving him what he wanted, he wouldn't take over Britain. But the thing is that the reason he kept wanting more and more and more is because he's the type of person that was going to take over France. He's the type of
Right.
person that was going to take over Britain. Like you, when people are in that mindset of like, I'm never gonna get enough, and I'm just gonna take everything you're willing to give me, it's never enough. They're never going to
Right.
stop taking from you. Never. There's never enough that you can give them to wake them up and start making them be a regular, you know, person who operates within the normal social boundaries. You just
He
can't do it.
takes from everyone.
Exactly. And he never stops taking. There's never
Mm-mm.
enough you can give him to where he won't want more. Never. Never.
Right. That, yeah.
Yeah, I was never going to be able to appease him because what he wanted was this whole thing with Stephanie apologizing for striking his channel and all this stuff, but she didn't do it. Now, initially he talked about, oh, well, when she was on my panel, she said this and that. Yeah, because she doesn't know all the terminology and stuff like that. So she was just saying shit. But she literally had nothing to do with it. And he knows because YouTube gives you an email when you get a strike and stuff like that, and they tell you what happened. And he knows, but he's playing this dumb role and making it seem like Stephanie was the one to take down his channel, and then, i.e., blame AT2 for it. He's playing games. And
Right.
Stephanie was never going to admit to something that she did not do.
But see, because the thing is that let's say I had done it, which I didn't. I didn't strike his channel. I flagged the hell out of his channel, but I didn't strike it. But let's say, you know, if it had, let's take me out of the equation. Let's say it was something else. It was going to be something else, right? And then it was never going to be just that. You know, it's never going to
Right.
be. There's always going to be yet another issue, always.
Right.
And you know, and so let's say it was about me, and I had admitted that I had done everything wrong, and I had promised to go away and never talk to another black man again, and never get in another black person's business, and I was just gonna go away to the ends of the earth. So it would have always been something. It would have always been something
Right.
else. Never,
Right. It
never,
was,
never been enough.
yep.
So
Right.
you
Never
know,
would have
it's
been
just
enough.
like, yeah.
That,
Question: if a CC is flagged, will YouTube tell that CC who flagged it? When it's flagged, they necessarily don't tell you who it is, but they will tell you what it is for.
Right,
right.
right.
Now, when it's a strike, they'll tell you who it is.
Right, because that's something you can fight and you can take up with them like one on one, right?
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
But if you're going around threatening people and you flag it for violence and it's like harmful content, whatever, they'll tell you like, "Hey, you were threatening," and they'll give you even the timestamp too.
right, right.
So he knows all that information. He's just playing dumb.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's yeah, and I think I flagged him for harassment, you know, and it was because of like him just repeatedly showing that video of your family, you know, and I was
Right.
Hmm.
just like, look, these people have nothing to do with this. you know,
Right. And I did a privacy strike twice on him. I did that one for that video of my family, and then the other one was when he put my phone number up. And then I had
right,
to, the thing about YouTube, I had to prove that it was my phone number. I was all like, oh my God.
right, right.
But it got taken
Yeah,
down. But still, I had to prove that it was my phone number. It was the stupidest shit ever.
I remember you saying that.
Hmm. I was
Mm,
so mad. I was like, wait, I just told you it's my number. Like, why do I have to prove it? I had to send them, a picture of the bill and everything like that. But luckily, I was able to get it taken down. But still,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And
I
God,
just, he, I- if he expects to, he's a very complicated person because,
hmm,
he is very much like, he has reactions that are far, far, far disproportionate to what was done to him.
right,
Far disproportionate. But then, he also is very much the first to, expect to ask or to demand that people, have respect for him and honor his mental health conditions and leave him alone and that kind of thing. And it's just that, I think he can't expect a, a, he can't expect people to respect his mental health and leave him alone if
yeah.
he
And you
is
said I said
escalating
my
it.
auntie trafficked my mom, like some crazy shit like
Right.
that. Are you out your fucking mind?
Right, and that's kind of what I was trying to say. Like he can't escalate it to, he can't get escalate it to 11 and then expect the other party and also want to de-escalate it down to a 0 at the same time.
right,
There's a reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction to everything, right? So if you escalate it up to 11, you can't turn around and then be like, "Oh, I'm de-escalating it to a 0 now. I'm cool." Like, no, no, no. You've gotten this out of control, so now we're going to take the measures that are available to us to stop what you've done. I mean, and that's just he can't expect to not get the reaction that he's essentially asking for when he takes everything up to such an extreme level.
right,
Right.
right.
I think honestly, because a lot of people ask me, like, why did you ever give him a chance and all this other stuff? For me personally, it wasn't no sexual shit. Like, let's just end that. But it was honestly like, okay, if I do this, then all this family stuff will all end, and maybe it'll give him some kind of peace, and then I thought like I could probably end all the drama and stuff like that. It only lasted for about a month. I'll say a good month, and then after that. That's when it all went to shit again. I was like, well, damn, I guess that was, pointless, useless. But I tried. Like, I'm genuinely a nice person. And I just thought, like, you okay, maybe, if I'm cool, he'll take the videos down and all this stuff. I mean, he did take it down, but he had it on the reserve so then he could play it
Right.
again. And, it's always like some kind of play that he has. And he even said something when I was on Sammy Channel, like, oh, I took down all those videos, and so he still has his videos up. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the videos up because I know you're gonna do something stupid again, so I gotta
Right,
leave it up.
right,
Like, I can't take my stuff down because if I take it down, more than likely you will put your shit back up and then do something stupid where I don't want to come back on and have to defend myself. I'll just be like, hey, go look at the old videos. I already explained that. We moving on.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I hate to say it, but there are people like I myself have learned about certain figures on YouTube, certain content creators by going around and looking at old videos about them. So that way
Yes,
you know kind of like where how to move with them because people basically like there's a history of them, but how they interacted with other people because those people made videos, and so you could go back and look and be like, okay, so I see this is kind of a typical thing that's gone back 3 or 4 or 5 years, and you wouldn't be people wouldn't know necessarily how to um move around certain people or what to expect if there's not really an archive of their behavior. So I think your videos might serve other content creators who he approaches or who encounter him to know this is what you could expect from this dude.
Right.
And I want to clarify something too. And I don't know what super chat she said. Do you know what super chat Mika's referencing?
Probably that one where I said I flagged him 50, 11 times and I'll do it again and again and again or something. Yeah.
I remember that day.
Oh, man. Okay, that's the one. But I was going to say, you guys are stupid if y'all think there was no apology, no nothing. Trust me, this fool was very apologetic. Don't forget that he had been trying to get my attention. He wanted me to talk to Yolanda originally, right? Remember that, Yolanda? He wanted you to defend him and all that stuff. And then, he even had a conversation with Sweet Diaper Booty where he was like, oh, yeah, it was him. And he was laying in his bed and she was on, talking to him or whatever. And she was like, would you have a conversation with this person? He was like, yeah, I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody. And then the next day, he goes on and cries on his channel, people make fun of me and they try to attack me. And I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm strong. And gave this, independent Black woman speech that he was trying to give. And it just wasn't cutting it, right? And then, I was like, all right, let me go over and see if I can have a conversation. Well, ended up, me and him got, started cussing each other out. And then, it went to shit. And then I threw out an olive branch. And then that's when we became cool. I was like, let me just go ahead and be nice. Because I was, everybody think AT2 is the bully. So I was like, let me be the nice one and, stop being so in my feelings and shit like that,
But remember, AT2, it was all planned. He wanted you to clean his image up.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
That's crazy. It's just crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And and I do feel that he did use me, right? I do feel that way. But I feel like he will never admit that he actually wanted to be my friend. He will never admit that too, because you literally don't call someone every day and talk to them every day without, actually being somebody's friend.
Right. I believe that too. I believe
he called me every day. And the way he tried to play it, I don't know why he released those text messages, what they were supposed to prove.
Right.
I didn't understand that. Do you know why he did that, Yolanda?
No, I wasn't. You remember, I was done with him around that time.
Yeah, I just didn't know releasing our text. And mind you, it wasn't the whole text, the thread. But
he never gives the whole thread.
Right. But it didn't say nothing like, ooh, baby, I want to see you naked. It didn't expose anything. But it did expose my phone number. That's why I had to do the privacy strike.
Right. I was not around him then. I was gone because I can remember you and I having a conversation and you were like, listen, are you okay? Just and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. But around that time, I was away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why he showed, but that's his game. He shows partial messages and then he spins his false narratives.
Right. Right. And everything is to have this big blow up at the end. And Miss ATL is saying, I believe that. He wanted that. And this is kind of what Stephanie was saying too. He takes and takes and takes. And then at the end, he'll be like, well, you didn't give me enough. And it's all what else did you want?
Mm-hmm.
What more was I supposed to give you? There was nothing more to give you.
Right. Sad individual who needs help, seriously.
Yeah. And Yolanda, I don't know if you answered it. So why did Yolanda get her 600-pound ass over there?
Yolanda?
On your channel. Why she come over there?
Oh, Deanna, he sent her over there. I had received so many messages in my DMs, and I was like, you know what? I have time to address this really quick and debunk his BS. And as soon as I went live, he was watching us. He gets his notifications. Trust me, he
Mm-hmm.
is subscribed through a troll account. I believe that. For
Right,
him to know
right.
and
Because
address
he'll just pop
everything,
out of nowhere. You're like, what the hell are you doing here?
he just for him to spark up a live as soon as I do or say anything, he's watching me. It's a
Mm-hmm.
known fact. Um, he'll spark up a live on our backup channel about me every day. So he knew that I was going to spill the beans. He probably thought that I went through those text messages about him stating that Deanna was going to pay for the trip. And he probably assumed that I was going to expose them. As soon as I get time to look through about 300 text messages, if that one is in there, I am going to show it. I'm going to create a short and I'm going to show it because you are a liar who is trying to grift money from people because your channel is down.
Mm-hmm. And Miss ATLian Stan, I did. That's the white lady who said she was gonna have the Italian mob and have somebody tap on my shoulder. So screw her. She on an oxygen tank, she bedridden. Screw her damn feelings. And Denat was the one who told me she was fatting on the oxygen tank. I didn't make
Right.
that up. He told me that.
Mm.
So, you better check who your friends are.
Right? Check your friend. Not me.
Yeah, he's the one who told me that.
Well, she
Oh,
said
what's up, Stephanie?
she said she was gonna send old Vinny and Ice Pick to come get my law license, but I never got no bar complaint or nothing. You know, she talked big in that one live
She
about how
did.
like everything you did is gonna get your law license taken and all this stuff. But
Really? She said
Yes,
yeah,
that?
she
she never.
did.
I've never
Stephanie.
gotten it. She never went through because even if like the complaint is baseless and it's like dismissed outright, we always get a copy if somebody sends something in about us, and I've
Hmm.
never gotten anything. I mean, it hasn't been all that long, but I would think if she was gonna do it, she'd have done it by now.
Right. And did not do a Yelp review on your
He did a
or some.
Yelp. He did a Yelp live. He did a Yelp and he did a Google one, but because and I didn't even flag it. Like I wasn't even the one who flagged it, but I got
uh
like 10 minutes after he did it, I got an email from Google saying it had been taken down because the bots those bots are quick. Them bots are
Right.
quick. And and they flagged it because he said I didn't like black people in the review. And so the
mm,
bot saw that and was like, "Oh, this is one of our triggers," and so
right.
that thing was gone because that's all
Yeah,
he said,
right.
and so yeah, I mean, it's like,
He's so
what
What
are
are
you
you
smart
gonna
doing,
though.
do?
Powderhead?
It was
Right,
funny
and
is
so the Google gods were like, "Yeah, this is one of our triggers. We're yanking this."
Right.
he's so smart, he's stupid. I laughed like a lot of things that he did. I laughed in my head. I do reviews all the time when I go get my car fixed. Little different things. I will do a Google review. If you say one little thing out the way, they will not let it stay there. I'm like, he's so smart, he's stupid. This it's not going to stay there.
Right. And the thing is too, I don't even think he's as smart as people give him credit for. I think he Googles a lot. Google can make you seem like you smart. Just like he thought he could be a lawyer.
Oh, goodness. Right. And I knew. I said, this guy is an airhead when he thought that I was going to go to jail for harassment of YouTube.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Was he actually able to get on the phone with your PO? Like, or he just left voicemails?
Voicemail asking for my address. He's- oh, God. Yes.
What?
Like, uh, then you told her why you did what you did because I struck your channel for doxing me. Like,
But
I
Yolanda, how
knew
did he get
then.
your PO information?
I told you when I was going through that stuff and me and Denat was cool, I gave that to him. I
Mm.
gave that information to him.
Okay, okay.
I told
We're
you he
not
sent
going to
my
judge you, but
yeah,
I
I know,
wouldn't have gave that full no
for
kind of information.
and it was crazy because guess what he said? I don't know the law in Pennsylvania.
That's the thing. Like, he thinks he knows everything and you don't. Like, just sit. Like, if anything, you would just think that, okay, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to chill out, I'm going to just do my own thing. If people don't like, I honestly don't care when people don't like me. I even go after the people that y'all like. Like, I'll be all like, I don't care if they don't like, oh, okay, who cares? You know? In real life, I have people who like me. But with this fool, like, he needs everyone to like him. And not just like him. He needs people to like praise him and like, oh, I'm
Right.
bowing down to you. It's very weird.
Yeah, he wants to be a god. Bad. Bad. What is it? He just thinks
A
he's
deity?
superior to everyone. He thinks he's so much better, and it's like he puts his own lies. He pumps his head up so big, and his ego. And I believe that when it doesn't go the way that he feels that it should go, and that bubble is popped, he just loses it.
Right. It's all that damn coke that's up his goddamn nose. When you just a powder head
Not
and
just up
all
his
you
nose,
do is just
allegedly,
bathe in powder and not with water, this is what happens to you. You
and not
can't
just in
think
his
straight.
nose. At2 allegedly.
Wait, what you say?
Not just in his nose, allegedly.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and it's oh yeah, the LGBT community has some issues. We
Yeah,
sure
but
do.
Stephanie, I think he's like self-hating because when you say, "Oh, you're gay," he'd be like, "I'm bisexual," and he like makes it like a point, and so like I don't like I know there's a difference, right?
Right.
However, like it's something like just like, and I'm not saying that he has this, but I'm just gonna give a few examples. He'll call people the maggot word and say they sissies and this and that. He'll say people have the three-letter word and how they're gonna die, and like
Yeah.
he does
Well,
everything to self-hate, basically.
well, there's. I think the older I get, the more I wonder if people don't have a natural sort of drive to make sure there's somebody that they can look down on, right? Like somebody beneath them. If we don't like
Mm.
naturally structure ourselves into a hierarchy, I don't know if that's like just, life under capitalism or if we do that naturally. I don't know. But I do know that the LGBT community is very, very much the hierarchy, right? And like, it's there is a lot of it goes back and forth because a lot of the gay boys don't like the bi boys. A lot of the bi boys are like, at least I don't
Mm.
only sleep with men, and that gives them sort of a feeling of superiority. That they're not just whatever we call them. Um, a lot of the gay men will say that men are, confused, so they just need to, come out and admit they're gay. It's just like it's just back and forth, and
Mhm.
it's a lot of I think it's just like a scramble to like be like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they feel alienated from the straight community, or we all feel alienated from the straight community. Sure, we're tired of putting up with straight people shit, but then when we get into our own community, we're like, ha ha ha, we're a superior type gay, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
I think also the abandonment issues have a lot to do with it too.
I feel like he's still not out of the closet. He's not.
What do you mean by that, Yolanda? Explain. Yolanda.
Yeah, I felt like there was
Oh,
something that happened. Like I felt like she cut off or something.
yeah. I was like, is it me? Because last time she said it was me. I don't think my phone was messing up. I think it was hers. Yeah, I can't hear her. Can you hear her, Stephanie?
Uh-uh.
Yolanda? Yolanda? I see that. I had never knew a bottom and a yeah, yeah. It seems like that's a thing too. Like he basically um makes that to be a point too.
Oh,
Oh,
that he's
okay.
not a
She's on the
bottom, that
phone.
he's a
That's why.
top. Yeah, everybody says they're a top because it's like I don't want to be the actual one that takes it. Like it's like there's something wrong with that. But then the power bottoms are all like, well, I'm a power bottom and I'm not ashamed. And you're the only reason you're saying you're a top is because you're ashamed of being a bottom. But in the bedroom, you're really a bottom. And they just go back and forth, and it's
Mm.
like, I mean,
It was
and
kind of like when you
let's
explained the TD Jakes thing with me, and I thought it was because he likes getting thrashed, and you were like,
no,
no, because he has power. That's
right, because
why.
yeah, because it's oh god, I
Allegedly.
mean, there's so much psychology going on about being gay. Like it's all these things that and y'all straight people did it to us. So just admit that you're at fault because we're all fucked up because of y'all. That's y'all's fault. That's y'all's fault that we're living like this. No, I'm just
Uh,
kidding.
no, but I do think it has something to do with society. I think if society
Yeah,
was more open, I think somebody like him, I think he would be more open to being himself. I feel like
yeah,
there's a blockage. Hanging out with him in person, it's funny. I always have a good time with people in person, and then it's like when we go back home, all of a sudden they have shit to say, just like Cockeye Roach Wiley. But anyway, that was a little shade, a little. But it's like he was he was open to being himself, but again, he's an actor. So with that being said, he can definitely be whoever he wants to be at that moment. I don't believe that he's ever truly him because he always feels like he has to put on a role or an act or something like that.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Right, Couture Bay. I agree. He needs to meet his tribe. Yeah. But I don't think you can do that if you go around sabotaging people, hating people, calling people aunties and calling people POs. I don't think that's possible to ever have a true tribe because you fall out with everybody. Just like, Yolanda was telling us, like, he did a whole video about Yolanda and stuff like that. I mean, about Armand. And he praises that guy and talks about, oh, he gives me such good advice. Well, obviously not.
right.
Just,
I mean, he doesn't treat anybody with any damn respect. He don't got
right,
no respect for anybody. And if you want to be in community, if you want to be in friendly, uh you um whatever supportive type friendships, it has to start with respect, and he can't be trusted to give anybody any kind of respect, not at all.
right. And I think the big thing that we don't talk about is that I don't know if he hates black people because of his family, but he doesn't really like black people too much. The way he talks about black people is disgusting at times. Like sometimes I'm all like, oh, is this like some like redneck or something like that? Like the things that he says, he's not comfortable around black people. And I feel that he and a lot of black people do this where they need somebody to look down on. And so he looks down on certain people like, oh, you're not like us, I can go into these white spaces and I can do this and that. Yeah, I can too. I'm pretty sure Yolanda can. We all, it's the code switching, know how to assimilate. Yeah, we all know how to do that. Like that's what we do in our regular lives. We're not doing anything new. He literally thinks that he's being innovative and creating something. It's all like, no, it's called code switching. It's called, we know what it's called. Go ahead, Stephanie. What you got to say?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, of course y'all can move in white spaces, but why would you want to?
Right, right.
I'm playing.
That's the thing. Like, he thinks he's being innovative and telling us something, and you're not. And the thing is that you're not comfortable with yourself. This is why you have to be an actor and create these different scenarios and shit like that, or these different characters because you're not comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think he's what can you do? What can you do except avoid him and pray for him? Really? I mean, what can you do? You know, I don't think he's not ready to leave YouTube, obviously, you know, and he's not ready to leave social media. It's doing something for him, or else he'd go, you know. And so I think, I mean, I think the best thing to do for the guy is just to ignore him. You know, I
Yeah,
think
just leave him
ignore him,
alone.
leave him the
Yeah.
fuck alone. Yeah. Just act like you don't even know who that is, you know, like I did when he called me, and then when he emailed me, I was like, this must be spam.
Right. You
Yeah.
know, my thing is that you literally have to just ignore him. Like the other day, you know, I appreciate you guys telling me that he was playing my content a couple of days ago. But honestly, I didn't care because I don't look him up. I don't watch him. I just left it alone. I was like, that would have gave him some kind of satisfaction of knowing that, oh, AT2 struck me. That means he's still what? No, no, no. I don't want to have him with his sick ass head thinking that, oh, I still got him. Oh, look, he had to strike me and now I can fight with him. No, I don't want you to be my storyline. You know, it's not. Just like today's show, I was gonna cancel it, and then I was like, no, I want to talk about that damn white lady because she said she's gonna have somebody tap on my shoulder. I'm gonna get her ass. But other than that, you know, that's really the point of this whole video. Stephanie, any last words?
Yeah, I thought I did. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I know for sure I wasn't the one who flagged or struck his channel this time, because I didn't even realize he still had a channel.
Right.
So I know it wasn't me. So yeah. And
Right.
yeah, Deanna, I'm waiting for Vinny and Ice Pig to come get my law license. I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for Vinny. I'm waiting for Ice Pig. You know, send the guineas. Oh wait, did I say that? Okay, I gotta go, cuz bye.
Bye, Stephanie. All right, y'all. We out of here. Thank y'all for checking out the show. Talk to y'all later. Deuces, everybody.